Andy, time for your time. What did you make of it tonight?
I thought first 8 minutes, we stayed in it and we created a few chances ourselves, and they were getting a wee bit frustrated to start the second half, and obviously we did lose the early goal. Maybe people were thinking, oh, here we go, but we stuck at it and we were resolute, and I think we only had one shot on target in the first half. Second half we went out and done well, and then they bring on fresh legs and with the pace and the power, and a few mistakes crept in, so then they ended up too far in front, but I think we can take a lot of positives.
Okay, was that a soft goal, the initial goal? Not keeping possession? Was that the trouble in the first half?
Yeah, I think it was. It's maybe tough. Obviously we played 3-5-2 quite a lot last season, but we've not really played it much this season. So maybe a couple of new players didn't know really how to work it. But we've worked on it well enough. It was more just losing possession and stuff like that. And we had to be composed on the ball. We said that in there. The first 3-4 passes is crucial, because then that means we settle down and they just usually retreat. But we couldn't do that. They attacked us, and then obviously it's hit the post and he's followed it up well. But after that I thought we settled down into the game a wee bit more, and we started doing the things that the manager asked us to do, and we got on at half time 1-0, but at the end they were probably just too good.
And just maybe we were sensing you might get back in the game 10 minutes to go, and then they seemed to find another gear, didn't they? Though you did help them with a few mistakes perhaps.
Yeah, I think we were pressing, we got a few crosses in the box. Elmo had a few, I think he had a volley or whatever at the back post, and then they just broke that quickly for the second goal. The striker managed to get in between Brucey and Big H, and unfortunately put it in. Then obviously the third's my fault. I've held my hands up. I've apologised to all the players in there. It was my fault, but mistakes happen, and I'm tough enough to kind of take it, and I'll look at that and see where I can maybe cut that out again.
Okay, you redeemed yourself with and gave the 5,000 fans something to cheer about with a goal.
Yeah, it's always nice. They did. Even when we were 4-0 down, the majority of the fans stayed, and they stayed and supported us, and even when we scored, they were still cheering as if it was, a goal that meant something. Obviously I'm delighted to score, but at the end of the day I'd have preferred it to meant something, but it's always nice to score on a stage like this.
The league table says they're the best team in the country. What does a professional coming to play against them pick out? What do you learn tonight?
I think we can learn everything. I would say they're probably up there with one of the best teams in Europe just now. The way you see the people they've brought on off the bench. They've brought on Sterling. He's got at us with his pace and his power and things like that. And that wasn't. They had a few players missing. Obviously, we weren't full strength either, but neither were they. And they picked off passes, and they keep it in such tight areas where you think we're quite happy with our position and we've got them, and then they find their way out of it, and then you need to maybe sprint 30-40 yards back. So we can take a lot from that. There's obviously no team like that in the Championship. So we won't face that this season, and hopefully we can maybe do that to a few teams this season. Yeah,
one thing we picked out in the first half, they were quicker out of possession than in possession in some ways. It was a bit strange.
Yeah, obviously when they're in the ball, when they're on the ball, they keep it well and things like that. But when they're off the ball, that's when the hard work starts. And you've seen even Boney and things like that up top, De Bruyne and Silva. You've seen how hard they were working, trying to get the ball back, pressing us high up and things like that. And it was tough for us. Obviously we tried to do that, but they're better quality players and they managed to keep it. And unfortunately we didn't be able to keep it, and then for the first maybe 15 minutes, and then we did get better for the last half an hour, the first half, and then the second half we were much better, but at the end of the day I think their fitness and stuff showed.
How nice was it to see as a fellow player Robert Snodgrass come back on the pitch and play tonight?
Yeah, I think all the boys were delighted for him when we seen him running back and coming on, and you heard the fans were different class with him. They've been different class with him the whole way through, and I think the cheer for him, I think he was quite overwhelmed in the changing room after it, and he's just delighted to be back out there, and hopefully he can get a few more minutes under his belt. When he came on, he showed what he was all about. Yeah, he's a wee bit off it, but who blames him? He's been out for that long, but he'll get there and he'll be a great asset for us.
Back to the league and Leeds on Saturday. You sat out Friday night against Derby. What was the effect on the squad of that defeat against Derby?
I don't get me wrong. Look, we're going to get beat. We've not been beaten 3 months or whatever, and Derby, fair play to them, they came and they played a really good performance. They got the early 2 goals, and then it was a pretty much even game, probably 20 minutes onwards, but after that they've done the damage and they're 2-0 up, and it was tough for us to kind of get back into it. So You know, don't get me wrong, it did hurt, and over the weekend, you know, it hurt, and we were in training and things like that, and we were talking about it, but you can't dwell on it. You are going to get beat this season, and fair play to Derby for playing so well, but we've just got to bounce back and try and get, obviously we've came here and it's been a tough game, but you know, the big one's probably Saturday, and we need to bounce back and, you know, try and beat Leeds away from home.
How much are you looking forward to that? Because it's one of football's traditional sort of cauldrons, really, Ellen Road. How much are you looking forward to playing there?
Yeah, it'll be a great game. You know, I think, you know, it probably won't maybe as much as we had down today, but you know, the fans will travel in great numbers, and I'm sure they'll make a lot of noise, and it'll probably be a packed Ellen Road. So, you know, we're looking forward to it, and you know, hopefully we can get the 3 points and send the fans home happy.
Andy, as always, thanks for your time.